Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Gay Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. If you're kind of confused, yes, we are still going through the Exalted Plains, but I just wanted to quickly stop over here again to the war table so that I can set some things in motions to cook overnight. Exalted Plains resources. The Exalted Plains are an excellent source
What
of...
happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
The Exalted Plains are an excellent source of the herb Rashvine, and there are still several Viridium mines in operation, though convincing the locals to return to work might not be easy. Now that a camp is established in the region, Inquisition forces can search for these resources and send them back to Skyhold. Right. The missing blades of the Volokas. Commander, patrols found several dead humans and one Canary, not far from the Imperial Highway. Some of the dead men had leaflets on them decrying the Inquisitor as a monstrous heretic. We followed their trail to a cave near the coast. Initial reports suggest a sizable force holed up inside. Lieutenant Davril. Freeing the Kalovas mercenaries. Oh, jeez. Hard and Hightown trouble in Skyhold. Nightingale, 2 points. That book is abysmal, and the entire code-breaking department wants to ritually set it on fire. Oh, poor Varric. 2. The message is double encrypted. The message in the mistakes is in a Merchant's Guild cipher. We have not yet broken the guild's code. Scrivenger, Revenge of the Merchant's Guild. Oh, that's too bad. Crew of Adventures. Another delivery from the travels of Sutherland's company. The group may not be on the minds of heads of state, but they have certainly brought word of the Inquisition to any number of people. Firm two-headed haft. Cool. Judgment, the death of good Sir Ruth. The disgraced Grey Warden Sir Ruth wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Road, so that her premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Deep Roads comes with considerable risk. An escort is simple. I could also arrange to note her exact path. She could should you wish to recover her body for any perceived honors. Many of our soldiers lost family to the Blight. I have no doubt many would volunteer to escort the Warden. My concern is that they would not stop at escorting. Oh. I suggest an invitation over an escort. Our dwarven contacts would welcome the chance to bolster their forces with the Warden on her calling. That sounds like the best plan to me, honestly. Red Templars on the Storm Coast. Huh. Reports indicate that Red Templars have taken over an old dwarven port on the Storm Coast, granting them a foothold in Ferelden as well as easy access to the Waking Sea. The port itself provides a strong defense from outside attack. A full assault by our soldiers might eventually yield results, but not without high casualties. A smaller group may have better luck in infiltrating their stronghold. We do not want to draw attention too soon. My agents will find a way to enter the stronghold without alerting the Red Templars. Small initial attacks could secure the surrounding area and distract the Templars from our larger plan. The Arcanist and the Fade. A report in Arcanist Agnes' hand. An official request made officially. The Inquisitor has suffered exposure to the tears the veil and the tears of the veil and the energy of the Fade. To properly help him endure these forces, I need to understand them. I need samples. I need remnants. I need to see. If it pleases, I request the resources for a grand experiment to peer through the veil, or as far as I can. It's an expensive investment, I know, but it's necessary, and it's only fair. I need to see. I wrote that twice. It's important to me. Arcanist Agnes, sketch below, flowers and fire. She'll have what she needs. I expect it would be difficult to keep it from her. I'll have the battlefield scoured for samples. That's as close as I would dare with her. Oh, okay. Remnants are easy enough. I shall pull the powers we have established in your wake. Easy enough, huh? Revenge of the Merchant's Guild. An unsent letter from Varric waits in the war room, addressed to Jarek Dace, Denerim Merchant's Guild. Jarek, I need a key to the Merchant's Guild cipher from 1 month ago, and you still have payments left on the loan house Tethras gave you for your rescue mission to Amgarak, so I think we can make a deal. I get the cipher, and your debt disappears like financial magic. And Nightingale, since I know you'll open this and read it before it gets sent, don't bother to keep a copy. The guild changes their codes every month because dwarves are naturally paranoid. Varric Tethras. Send the letters to Denerim. Getting the cipher will help Liliana find the killer. Obtain amulet for Cole. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or spirit, he remains vulnerable. to Venatori binding magic. Oh yeah, that makes sense. The Amulet of the Unbound, used by Raveni seers, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world will be difficult. I know a wealthy Orlesian noble whose private collection includes jewelry from all over Thedas. I doubt he would miss one piece. My Raveni contacts say these amulets are held dear, but to protect spirits from the breach, they are willing to help us. Oh, that's easy. Investigate Lord Enzo of Antiva. Reports from Antiva delivered to Liliana. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far they have ended our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. Enzo is clever, well-liked, and has relations among Antivan royalty. If we approach him without proof, he will bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Mason. Lord Enzo attends the theater on the same night each week. His house is empty, save a few servants during that time. My agents could pay a visit. I have a cousin in Rialto. If she threw a soiree and invited Lord Enzo, his house would be clear for Liliana's agents. Okay. Freeing the Valokas mercenaries. Commander, by all reports, this cave the Konari were taken to is heavily fortified. We cannot estimate how many fanatics are inside or what defenses they have in place, nor do we know for certain the prisoners are still alive. Extreme caution is warranted, Captain Rylan. Oh my gosh, requires time 7 hours. 5 hours for Cullen. Name our enemy. Go around him. I can send an agent to infiltrate the archive. What we need to find. What we need. Men like this respond to one thing: threats. Bribe the men with gifts and favors. Alright, well, either way, I think that's going to be one of the things we're going to be doing. Trouble with red jennies. This is a Liliana and Josephine, but I'm kind of looking for something that has many more hours. Hour and 48. Let me go back and talk to Sutherland real quick. If you don't mind. Freeing Velikas mercenaries, Varric approves. Revenge of the Merchant's Guild operation available. Acquire two-handed heft. Varric has... Ooh, Varric. Varric wants to talk to me. Hey, Varric, what's up? What's going on, buddy? What's on your mind?
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or... what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Bianca Davry? What? This has to be a different Bianca. Wait a minute. Bianca like the crossbow?
Your name is Bianca?
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
Okay, I figured that was a different Bianca.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Right. You two look nervous. It's a pleasure.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Ancestors, you're tall. If this Inquisitor gig doesn't work out, you could make a killing getting things off high shelves.
Thanks.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Ah.
You can get there from Orlais? It's a long way to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be.
Right.
Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any tag using the deep roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the tag?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods.
Right.
If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
Who could have given away the tag's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found. I had artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
We should shut this down.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Thank you, other Bianca.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
There's so many things to do. Enter Valimar.
Need something?
I have questions about Hawk. Oh. Oh no, I'm wondering how he'll respond with this.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Yeah, never mind. I didn't know if you would
Carry on.
react to me bringing up Hawk. Okay. Sutherland. I'm assuming he's back. Whoa, Iron Bull. A bunch of people have exclamation points right now. What happened? Well, somebody does. Is it the Iron Bull? I guess it is. Well, we've got... What a surprise. We've got more. Krem.
Come on, Krem. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
You want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
What did the letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori.
Join the...
And they really don't like Red Lyrium.
Get in line.
They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition joining forces.
That's good. Ben Hasrath? Sure. I mean, whatever. If Iron Bull trusts them, then I trust them.
That could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big warships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water. They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
Ooh, the Chargers would come with us out into the field? That would be pretty awesome. I don't trust Qunari. What? What? What?
What does this alliance really get us?
They wouldn't use the word alliance if they didn't mean it. Naval power. More Ben Hasrath reports. Qunari soldiers pointed at the Venatori. It could do a lot of good.
You don't seem entirely happy about this.
No, I'm good. It's...
Bull.
I'm used to them being over there. It's been a while.
I thought Qunari wanted to extend their reach to the whole world.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd see it. Look, the Qun answers a lot of questions. It's a good life for a lot of people. But it's a big change. And a lot of folks here wouldn't do so well under that kind of life.
Right.
I guess it's not like we're converting.
Right, we're
This is
just
us joining forces against Corypheus.
Right, exactly.
On that front, I think we're good.
We have different religions as long as You know, we keep that separate. As long as we keep that separate, it'll be fine. Sure, I'll do it. I'm not gonna say I don't trust Qunari when I'm a Qunari.
I
Well,
think the
or I'm a...
Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Cullen and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
I'm sorry. I guess that is accurate because Art's not Qunari. Art is of a Shoth, not Qunari. So that is accurate. He could have definitely have said I don't trust Qunari because he himself is not a Qunari. All right. Sutherland, have you come back? Have you returned? Return to me, Sutherland.
Oh, Pebbles. Who do I talk to? It's so high here.
Rat?
Oh, your worship. I'm with Sutherland. I'm Rat, his squire. Forgive me, I'm not used to being this high up. I was following, and they were taken.
Oh.
They said to come here with a map if there was trouble. That you would help.
Oh no,
They
Sutherland.
said you're a great man. A leader. You'll help, right?
Yes.
Because I don't know what to do.
Sutherland and Company missing. Operation available. Oh no, Sutherland. I will save you. I will save you, Sutherland.
I suppose you're right.
Herald's Rest. Okay. To the war table. I want to make sure I get back Sutherland and his men alive and well. Of course I'll help Rat. Of course. No question. Open up. Open up. And open up. And open up. Whew! There we go. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm having issues.
Is Knight Captain Ryland satisfied with his post?
It's not an easy assignment.
My game is
but
once
if
again
anyone
having...
can
There we
handle the
go.
approach, it's him.
Yeah, sorry, I was having issues. Where's Sutherland's? It's over here, right? Here it is. Sutherland and Company missing. The map brought by this rat gives a general area, but it will require significant investment to narrow the location of the missing group. The squire was clear that Sutherland and Company are in deep and dire need, and commitment must be swift. I have a rookery full of Blackwings ready to signal a search. Need I say it? March. Numbers will flush them out. Dire this may be, but if we present it as a hunt, we'll have every noble from here to Orlais on the trail. Either any of those would work. So the three ones I want to do is rescue Sutherland. I want to figure out the name of our enemy for boyfriend, and Red Jenny's.
Any news on
Probably
why
should help the
Corypheus is
Valo
sending people
cast
to explore elven
as
ruins
well.
of all things? No, I suspect
Yeah.
he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
Right. Because Red Jennies are only 42 minutes. And Valocast Mercenaries are 7. Yeah. Okay. So those are the ones I'm gonna cook overnight.
Inquisitor.
This is a Colin only, so that helps. Send in troops for an assault to the cavern. Then... name of our enemy. Bribe the man with gifts and favors. This is normal for Teventer and what he expects. Sutherland and the company missing. I have a rookery full of Blackwings ready to signal a search. Dire this may be, but if we present as a hunt, I kind of trust Leliana's agents. I kind of trust agents to be able to search and
Let's see what we
get
have.
Sutherland's company in and out. Yeah, I think Leliana's the best person for this job, even though it's gonna take 7 hours, which means
Inquisitor.
that the name of our enemy we can have Josephine take care of. That's perfect. I'm happy. Cool. We can let that cook overnight. Perfect. But we still have some time, so I'll start off. Let's go back to the world map again. We still have a little bit of time. I normally, well, I also have codexes too. I feel like I should do that instead. Yeah, sorry guys, I apologize that I'm not doing a dedicated episode for the codexes, but this is pretty much going to be all what I'm going to do for like the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. So if you want to end the video here, that's fine. And then in the next video, I'll probably go back to the war table, pick things out, and then we'll be going back to the Exalted Plains. So, characters. Let's see if we can do this for a few minutes. Magister Aramond. My dearest Demetrius, I hope this letter finds you recovered from those ghastly meetings about road repair, or import taxes, or whatever terribly important work has consumed your time. I applaud your patriotic efforts to maintain the Imperium's infrastructure, while the horned beasts to the north wage bloody war upon us. I have asked before, but you are my closest friend, and now that you have been the stirrings of our work, I hoped you might reconsider. You cannot think your talents adequately spent on road work, Metri. You came from the blood of the Dreamers. My master will restore the Imperium to a greatness it has not seen since our ancestors walked in the Golden City. He will rule not just a nation, but the world. Those who show loyalty now stand to reap the benefits when all the world kneels to the Venatori. Perhaps you are more comfortable with roads. When my master returns to Vinter to the glory it deserves, he will be pleased to find the nation well paved. Consider well, my friend, Magister Livius Aramond of Verantium. Warden Commander Clarel. To Arl Tegan Guerin, I sought a chance to speak with you in person, my lord, in hopes of convincing you to allow us to send further aid to Ferelden, to give the Grey Wardens in your homeland a chance to rebuild. I hope this letter succeeds where my requests for meeting have not. I understand Ferelden feelings regarding Grey Wardens. Sophia Dryden's actions were reprehensible. Grey Wardens are forbidden from interfering in the affairs of nations, save when we must exert our authority to battle the Blight. Still, even you must acknowledge the vital necessity of my order after the Blight nearly ravaged your homeland. Without the Grey Wardens, Ferelden would be a wasteland populated only by Darkspawn. I understand as well your concern that I am a mage, living outside the confines of the Circle. I have been informed that you saw magic ill-used by apostates at Redcliffe. You have my sympathy in this, but not my apology. The Maker saw fit to give me the gift of magic, along with a temperament better suited to battle than quiet meditation. I left the Circle legally, and the Grey Wardens gave me a chance to use my abilities to defend our land. I am no apostate. My first interest, Arltegan, indeed my only interest, is to see this world protected from the Blight. I may be Warden Commander of Orlais, but I am not Orlesian at heart. I am a Grey Warden, nothing more, and I will defend this land from horrors you cannot even imagine. My oath comes before political ambition, before concerns about the rights of mages. It will one day come before my own survival. I hope to hear from you soon. Yours, Warden Commander, Clarel de Chanson. Rest in peace, Clarel. Crafting materials. Witherstock. Perhaps either you or Ferran could try to stick to your own quarters. A note written by Apprentice Verlin of the Ferelden Circle. Maker Vera. That is not what's going on. All the witherstock in the chest was dried anyway, and you know it's only efficacious as a preventative when the sap is fresh. I'm more interested in its effect on the mind when combined with certain other plants. Inez knows all about it. Just ask her. She probably forgot that I'd already told her, old bat. And please, Ferren and I are more than able to amuse ourselves without resorting to the tired old dip and stir. Maybe if you got out of the botanical section and looked at other books. Apprentice Elodia's reply. Creatures. Arcane horror. Upon ascending to the second floor of the tower, a gruesome sight greeted us. A ragged collection of bones wearing the robes of one of the senior enchanters. I had known her for years, watched her raise countless apprentices, and now she was a mere puppet for some demon. Transcribed from a tale by the Templar in Antiva City, 713 Storm. Corpse. In most corners of the... Oh yeah, I already read this one. Giant spider. I already read that one. We just have better, research damage against beasts increased. Nightmare. My friends, we accept as fact that more powerful and intelligent demons select more complex aspects of a reality to observe and interact with. A demon of pride may gravitate to the corrupt hubris of nobles, the bloodthirsty arrogance of soldiers, or sadly, the blind confidence of mages. A demon of desire may focus on lust, greed, or even the desperate wishes of those with no recourse in the waking world. Whether demons are naturally inclined to such specificity, or made so by observing a confluence of specific events in our world, is a subject of much debate, and not the question my experiment would answer. Instead, I turn to the question of fear. We think of fear demons as lesser creatures, powerful but simple, like those common beasts of rage or hunger. But fear has many faces, from the absurd phobias of the pampered nobility to the very real threats of magic, demons, dragons, and perhaps especially the Blight. What event has shaped the course of human history more than the Blights? Had the first Blight not weakened it, the Tevinter Imperium would have crushed Andraste's rebellion. We would have no Ferelden, no Circles, and indeed no Chantry as we know it. The Blight is unequaled as a force of devastation and terror, hated and feared by peasant and king alike from the northern hills of the Anderfells to the southern reaches of the Korkari wilds. I know of nothing else that inspires such universal and specific fear. Dragons and demons, yes, but both have found respect and fascination in culture across Thedas. Only the Blight is an unadulterated source of horror. If there exists a demon of fear who has shaped itself into a more intelligent, more specific mold, it will be a demon focusing on fear of the Blight. This is the experiment I undertake. By the time you read this, my friends, I will be asleep, traveling through the Fade to find such a creature. If I am correct, it will yield an unparalleled source of information on the history of our world. Wisdom hidden since the time of ancient Tevinter. I have instructed the scribes to write quickly upon my return. I will have much to imprint. A letter found beside the sleeping body of Senior Enchanter Jessamare, her last known communication before her subsequent possession and at death, along with 12 mages, 9 Templars, and uncounted apprentices in Tranquil, at the hands of Knight Captain Hulgar. Rage Demon, I already got that. Terror. We heard their screams from miles away, out in the darkness where we couldn't see anything. Once, back when I worked on my uncle's farmhold in the Benorn, there was a calf that fell into a gulch and broke its leg. I should have run for help, but I thought I could drag it back to safety on my own. I wasn't strong enough, however, and each time I tried to pull its leg, the calf's screaming haunts me to this day, and that's what I heard out there. Like that calf was coming for me, come to rip off my leg ever so slowly so I knew what it felt like. But we all heard something different, you see. One of the others said he'd run into the Darkspawn at Ostagar, and the scream he heard was from something called a shriek. Another said it was a dragon roar, just like the beast that burned his family. That's when I knew what was out there was a demon, something that wasn't just looking to make us afraid. It wanted us gibbering in terror. It wanted us running for our lives. And we did. I couldn't rightly tell you what it even looked like. There was something in the shadows, and even though we were ready when it let out that howl, I turned and ran. I couldn't even control myself. My bowels turned to water, I dropped my sword, and I took off. It was only later when I realized I was separated from the others, that there were no more of those demons out there, hungry for more of my panicked tears. From a report given by Heren, soldier of the Ferelden army, 915 Dragon. Tusket. The curving tusks protruding from the snout are present in both males and females of the species, rarely used in combat. The upper tusk plays an important part in mate selection. It's believed that tuskets choose prospective mates based not only the size, but also on the curve and even slight color variation found in another's tusks. Considering tuskets bond for life, careful mate selection is crucial to the continued success of the herd. Bonded tuskets have been seen gently clicking their tusks together as a sign of affection. The role of the tusket's signature ornamentation in the mating process led to an unfortunate rumor that their tusks could increase virility in other species. Oh boy. Sounds a lot like ivory from the elephants. Although usually docile, tuskets will defend themselves if cornered, or if someone attempts to saw off part of their anatomy. It's sad Baron Vandermine lost 3 servants this way. From Observed Behaviors in the Common Tusket by Tilda Thier. Shadow. The specimen was fresh, killed only a few hours ago by a troop of chevaliers, patrolling outside the city. Their captain told me in a strained and sickly voice that a group of Red Templars had descended on his men and massacred them. I gave him my condolences, but he seemed not to hear me. The one in my slab was fast, the captain muttered, much nimbler than its bulk suggested. Imagine my nausea when I opened up the creature and saw that red lyrium had fused to the bones, overgrown its lungs, and spread like a fungus into the brain. As I watched, the red crystal pulsed and spread the smallest fraction of an inch deeper into the flesh of the corpse. Blood drained out of the surrounding tissue, as if the lyrium itself were feeding on it. I have ordered my assistants to wear masks and gloves while burning the body. Posterity, forgive me. I want no truck with the forces in that thing. From the diary of the Professor Offred, a naturalist studying at the University of Valroyo. Wyvern. The wyvern, like its relative the dragon, has nearly been hunted to extinction. Wealthy Orlesians are particularly fond of the wyvern chase, although their servants and dogs take the risk while the noblemen merely accept the praise. It is the venom that makes the creature so valuable. Its use in potion making, alchemy, and the production of a rare and potent liquor called aquae lucidius. The minuscule quantity of the venom remaining in the aquae after distillation leads to a unique hallucinatory effect. Testimonies from a few of those fortunate enough to sample the costly concoction. I feel confused but happy. It was as though my soul took wing and floated about my head. I had a vision of my great-grandmother and found it oddly arousing. I can see through time. My vision of my great-grandmother and found it oddly arousing. Oh boy. Wow. Ghoul. Among the saddest legacies of the Fifth Blight are those poor souls who survived the Darkspawn attacks across Ferelden, only to succumb to the corruption of the Blight itself. We have seen animals, birds, wolves, and even bears corrupted into mindless ruinations of their former selves, but humans are by no means immune. Those unfortunate victims not killed quickly by contact with Darkspawn blood or disease become mad with fever. Their bodies lose their hair and become misshapen with sores. In their last lucid thoughts, many speak of hearing whispered words or a song that no one else can catch. It is vital that once victims begin hearing such things, they are put out of their misery quickly and mercifully. There are stories across Ferelden of these ghouls, maddened by the corruption of the Blight, attacking their friends and spreading the corruption further. While it is likely that the sickness will eventually kill a ghoul, the dying strength of these poor creatures makes them nearly as great a danger as the Darkspawn themselves. They are no longer our friends, our family, or our countrymen. They are the victims of the Blight and must be given the same mercy Hessarian showed Andraste, a swift sword. An excerpt from Marks of the Blight by Sister Dorcas Guerin. Hala. How did I miss the Hala? Impaled, the first thing you must understand about the Hala is that they are not our servants. They are not our pets. They are our brothers and sisters. Remember that Gilanyain, the first Hala and mother of them all, was once a huntress of the people. Without the Hala, there would be no Dalish. The second thing you must understand about the Hala is that you cannot force a Hala to do something against her will. I have heard tales of Shemlin who come across a herd and attempt to capture the Hala using ropes and bridles. Many Shemlin have died impaled on horns as a result of this foolishness. Never forget that the Hala once bore our knights into battle. The fierce blood of a warrior still runs through her veins, and she would sooner fight to the death than demean herself. Like the Dalish, the Hala are proud. The Hala knows who she is and will tolerate no being that tells her that she is less. How then do we harness them to Aravels? How do we ride them or strap our packs to them? Well, how do you get a brother, a sister, a friend to do you a favor? Simple is it, isn't it? You ask. If you have a Hala's trust, she will give you her blessing. It's striking that humans never think to ask for a Hala's friendship, but then they are Shems and respect nothing. Adara, Hala tender of the Ralafaran clan, to her apprentice. Apparently there's shade. Yeah, I already did the shade. Okay. I think I'll end it there, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Gay Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. Tune in next time, everybody, when I'm a lot more awake. And until then, folks, love yourselves and love each other.